As we told you last week, we're here at Good Shepherd Canine Academy, and what are we going to see today? That's not a very good answer. Oh, you don't want to talk to me anymore? Okay, then maybe we better bring Wes. Wes, you want to come in here? Ork doesn't want to answer me. Wes, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
What are we going to be seeing today? We going to see some training or what?
Yeah, we're going to show you guys some stuff about what we do here. There's a lot of obedience training. We do home protection. We do personal protection. We do behavioral problems, the normal behavioral problems that most people have, digging, chewing, barking, jumping on the kids, things like this. We do puppy training to condition it when you get a new dog and you bring a dog into your home. We'll condition that dog so it's not so much of a nuisance when you bring it into the home. And just all types of training. We're going to take you out back and show you a little bit what we do with the motivation and the praise and everything that we do in the dog training. There's really not a lot of compulsion in our style of training. It's a lot of praise and motivating, so we get the dogs to want to be obedient, just like Ork. Buddy.
Now, how long has Ork been here?
Ork's been here for about 3 weeks going through protection training.
Oh, okay. So you're a friendly guy right now, but if I were to act aggressive, he would not be friendly at all, right?
Nope.
Okay. You ready to go out back, Ork? Huh?
Ready, Ork?
You ready for out back? You ready for out back?
Good
okay.
boy.
Let's go out back then. Now you're training Ork here as a protection dog, yet he's sitting here, been licking my hand and hasn't been aggressive at all, and of course I haven't been aggressive either. But is that part of your training, that they be passive around people in passive situations?
In this situation, the dogs that go through protection, we as trainers want to make sure the dogs are very, very stable. We don't teach the dogs to act out of fear. We teach them to act out of a protective instinct that all dogs that are bred for this type of work actually have inside, and we bring them out. We teach the dogs to be conditioned against suspicious people that might be posing a threat, but then we teach the dogs, anybody that's being normal, just like me and you are, and the camera people, the dog shouldn't show any aggression. The minute that somebody shows a threat or something to where he thinks, hey, I might get hurt or something, then he should actually protect me. So the dog is capable to be taken out into public, anywhere you go, literally. And if somebody tries to attack you, the dog will do their job.
Now I want to point out that when we were out front with the dog on the sign, the dog had nobody holding him or anything else. Ork was just standing there on that sign, and we were on a busy street. And that's a lot of confidence you have that the dog's not going to chase cars or anything else.
And that's something that we're going to get into, is we're actually going to show you the conditioning that we do here is really conditioning the subconscious of an animal to set a behavior pattern. It's not the rope style of training where you're teaching the dog a trick. We're taking a dog in for a 4-week period and conditioning and setting a behavior pattern that we guarantee for the rest of the dog's life, because we know we did our job. And literally the dogs will work on and off leash when we're done with our job.
Okay, now you say the dogs are here for 4 weeks. You actually bring them in. I know you have kennels here. You bring them in for the 4-week period.
We do in-kennel training here. We do in-home training. We do private sessions with people. If they want to just do a one-on-one individual class, they can come out here and we'll take them and show them how to work their dog. Or we'll even do it for them and then teach them how to do it, so that it gives them a little confidence seeing it done first and then trying it.
Okay, let's take a look at what's going on behind us here. And what are your...
These are a couple of the trainers. This is John and Doug. What they're doing right now is they're running the dogs through basic obedient routines where the dogs are heeling, stopping, sitting, downing, staying. And what this does is it conditions a behavior pattern that pretty much covers everything. If the dogs are conditioned to lay down and stay, then they're going to be conditioned to, when you take them in your house and you have guests, that they're to stay in those positions. And those are things important. A lot of our clients think, well, God, if I have my dog trained and I have guests over, what's the dog going to do? Well, if we did our job, the dog's going to do its job, and it's going to stay in the down, or it's going to come when they call it, and things like that. And that's what we pride ourselves on, is the conditioning that we do is just... there is nothing like it in the world, literally. I've been doing this for a long time, and I totally am supportive of the style of training that we're doing right now. It's just incredible. The dogs are being socialized with other dogs, other people, so that you get obedience no matter in what situation you might be, whether you're walking to the store or going to the bank or having guests over.
Okay, now we see a situation here where we've got 3 dogs within close proximity to each other that if they were not in the situation you put them in terms of obedience training, these guys would be going after each other, so to speak.
Not necessarily.
Really?
If a dog is properly socialized, I mean,
if they weren't socialized.
if they weren't socialized,
Probably have major
yeah, you'd have some nice dog fights going on. So, but I mean, it's a male and a female, and this is a male Rottweiler, and I mean, literally, we can put these dogs all next to one another, and not a problem. I mean, because the dogs have been conditioned to be around other dogs and be social. Dogs respond out of fear. If a dog feels threatened by another dog, they can become aggressive. So if an owner takes a dog, buys a new puppy and brings it into their home and doesn't have a professional socialize their dog, they could have a dog that will be aggressive to the neighborhood, dogs be aggressive to people, all types of things. And it can actually cause behavioral problems just not having a dog trained.
Good boy.
Now, this dog right here,
This is Nico.
Nico, is the dog that's in the commercial, doing 2 different things in the commercial.
Uh-huh.
1, attacking you,
Being
And-
very aggressive.
and 2, one of the little children kissing it.
Yep.
And this is a dog that's trained for protection and for around family as well.
Home protection, personal protection, and to protect the family. And like I said, one of the things we do is we make sure the dogs are well balanced and can handle protection training, because we don't want an incident where a dog might wrongfully bite somebody. We want the dogs to be properly conditioned and socialized, so when there is an incident, the dog will do its job.
Your dog won't behave? Good Shepherd Canine Academy of Hesperia will socialize your dog. They take all breeds, all ages. Dogs that have failed elsewhere will succeed here because the staff at Good Shepherd are all expert professional dog behaviorists. For companionship or protection, your dog will behave and obey you no matter where you take it. Guaranteed. With only 4 weeks of training at Good Shepherd Canine Academy, you will be proud of your dog's behavior. Call 244-0149 today.
Now, I notice you have some cones and obstacles and stuff over here. What exactly is that for?
That's to condition the dogs to be used to different objects. When dogs go into strange environments, they can become stressed and go into avoidance. So what we do is we throw a lot of things at the dogs so that they don't get shy of going into strange territories, new things. I mean, these actually can be intimidating to a dog that hasn't been properly socialized through these type of objects. And we do things, all kinds of things. We'll put a dog in a down and throw things over the top of their heads so that they'll learn to stay in those down positions, put them in sits and keep them for long periods of time so that other dogs are walked around them, people are walked around them, so that they know not to break those positions just because of a distraction like a car going by or something like that.
So you spend a lot of time with each individual animal.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a 4-week course that we do, and when these dogs go through this behavioral style of training, it's just unreal. I mean, the dogs, when I have clients come out just to start learning how to handle the dogs, and the dogs will teach them how to work the dog. I mean, literally, it's amazing.
Okay, I'm buying a puppy. All right. When I first get that puppy, the first thing I'm concerned with is housebreaking that puppy, that my rugs don't get ruined.
Yep, and that's why when
now, should that be done by you, or should I do that? What should be done there with the
Well, actually, what we do, because we offer a lot of things to the public, because a dog can't go through formal training till it's at least 4 months of age. But you have that puppy style of training where you can socialize the dog and do potty training and things like that. What we do is we're on our television commercial with you guys. We're in the phone book and things like this, where people can call us up and say, hey, I got a new puppy, what do I do? We tell them, come on out. We give them literature that teaches them how to actually raise their puppy until their dog's ready for training. They have questions, and it's all free. Anything until their dog starts training, they can come to us and say, well, how do I potty train the dog? How do I stop my dog from biting on the kids? How do I stop him from chewing and dooging? And we'll actually give them all that information. We have literature that we provide and allow them to have it for free. We give a free evaluation when the dog's ready to go in for training. We tell them, bring the dog in. We'll give you a free evaluation. We'll talk over all the behavioral problems and everything that we're going to do for them, and put on a little demonstration and show them what we're going to do for their particular breed, because every breed's different. Every breed trains a little different.
So you have of course, then there's those dogs like most of us end up with, who are a little bit of everything, better known as the Heinz dog, and I imagine they have domineering traits from whatever parent dominates.
And that's why we're all behaviorists here, and we know every breed. We know all the different things of the backgrounds of each breed, so that when somebody comes in with a mixed breed, we'll immediately go, well, okay, this dog has this in it, it has this in it, and we'll turn around and go, well, this is why you're getting this problem, this is why you're getting this problem, and this is what we need to do for that particular breed. Whether the dog is a working breed, a herding breed, a sporting breed, we go through those things, and Orc's ready to go to work. So
now, what was Orc originally bred as? What was
Orc's a working dog. They actually pulled the carriages back in the Middle East.
Oh my goodness, your ancestors pulled carriages. Did you know that? Yeah. You guys get kind of a bad rap at times, don't they?
They sure do, and that's the worst thing. I mean, we have the pit bulls come through here, the Rottweilers, the German Shepherds, the Dobermans, and dogs like this that just have a bad rep because of the way they're. Like I was saying, when the dogs come through training, we socialize the dog. Well, people don't realize when they get a breed that actually can show aggression, and they can find that breed into their backyard and don't properly socialize that dog can be aggressive and bite out of fear because it doesn't know what to think.
So here's a dog who's been trained
to be aggressive.
To be aggressive, but to lean against me and almost push me over.
Yeah. And he jumped right up in your lap, but we don't want him to get you dirty.
Oh, we don't want you in my lap,
No,
Orc. You're too big.
Sweet.
Okay. Now this is part of an obstacle course right here, where Orc is relaxing.
It's a confidence builder. It teaches the dogs not to be afraid of jumping through things, over things, climbing on things, and everything. What it does is just enhances their abilities so that they're not afraid of going into new territories, and it helps in everything. I mean, walking your dogs through PetSmart, taking them into the vet, things like that. This is a confidence builder for the dogs.
You know, if Bruce can catch the other dogs running around through the
Do that
part
again,
of the stuff
Doc.
here. Let's remind folks you're here on 11th Avenue.
We're at 10687 11th Avenue. Real easy to get to. We're between Main and Bear Valley, about the same distance from either way. We're on the east side of the street. You'll see our sign out front. Everything that we do here, one of the things I want to stress is all of our work's guaranteed. We stand behind this 100%. We have an incredible reputation, and we stand behind it. Mark, up.
And Hort got really excited about wanting to go run.
He
and
loves
jump.
jumping through the window, and he likes climbing on the things. And
once again, your phone number.
760-244-0149.
And if you want to have your dog as sociable as this little character is here, or any of the other dogs that you've seen during the course of this segment, and we've shown some of the other dogs that aren't out here right now with us, but were out earlier and the last time we were taping, be sure and give Wes a call and find out how you can get your dog as well behaved as all these animals are. This is amazing what you do with these dogs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Come see us at Good Shepherd.
Five, four, three. Your dog won't behave? Good Shepherd Canine Academy of Hesperia will socialize your dog. They take all breeds, all ages. Dogs that have failed elsewhere will succeed here because the staff at Good Shepherd are all expert professional dog behaviorists. For companionship or protection, your dog will behave and obey you no matter where you take it. Guaranteed. With only 4 weeks of training at Good Shepherd Canine Academy, you will be proud of your dog's behavior. Call 244-0149 today.
Some professional dog trainers say that no matter how dangerous a breed is thought to be, there are ways to control and channel the aggression of individual dogs. This dog is taking part in Schützen, a highly structured obedience training program where dogs are trained to stay and when to attack.
Run!
It is a popular sport among dog lovers in Germany.
Fight!
Wes Patterson of Good Shepherd Kennels in Hesperia, California, has been training dogs more than 20 years. He feels that people have a right to have large, powerful dogs for their own protection, and Schitzen training is a way to control and instill discipline in dogs that have been bred to be aggressive.
Stand still and I'll out the dog.
Before Patterson trains a dog, he administers a test to determine the dog's character and demeanor, sort of a psychological profile. He's looking for dogs with a combative nature, but which can also be trained to take orders. This German Shepherd has already passed the test, which includes basic obedience training, meeting strangers, and exposure to sudden noises or movements.
Here, food!
The dog remained under control, a good indication that it could be further trained for Schitzen.
We want to see that the dog's very outgoing, very comfortable in the environment. Well, we actually take the dog and immediately start working with the dog in obedience and finding out how responsive the dog's going to be.
As part of their obedience training, the dog is taught to attack the sleeve, and only the sleeve. The trainer simulates an attack by making threatening motions with a stick. Just as important as having the dog attack on command, it must stop on command. Some of the dogs that perform the best are then selected to be trained for protection work, used by law enforcement, security companies, and private individuals.
Good boy.
In this case, a trainer must wear full body protection because these dogs can bite anywhere with up to 900 pounds of force, capable of severing a limb. Protection dogs are good examples of controlled fury.
Stay still or not.
In this training demonstration, Patterson becomes aggressive, shouting and waving his arms in a threatening manner. Instantly, the dog attacks, without a command given. But in this other scenario, Patterson is friendly and reaches over to shake hands with the handler. Seeing no threat, the dog does nothing.
He has to be trained that when he's aggressive, there's a time to be aggressive and there's a time not to be aggressive. And that's what we're trying to condition without losing his protection instinct.
Just as Patterson screens dogs before he trains them for protection work, he also screens owners. For instance, he won't work with people who just want to have a vicious dog in their backyard.
People like that, we just absolutely